All right, we started.
Okay.
Perfect.
Oh
man.
Already.
I'm glad I noticed that before we
I know.
wasted all that time. Okay, great.
Okay, so recap what we lost.
Sorry, recap of the beginning.
Okay, so essentially
we've agreed to talk about 5 points: salary, bonus, location, vacation, and benefits.
Perfect.
So let's start by talking about salary.
Okay, so just to run through it quickly, essentially, I'm aware that the marketing department has already mentioned to you that the salary for this job is roughly around 120,000. We can, if you have any information that you'd be able to provide me with that could, we can make this a little more. We can stretch this a little.
Okay, great. Yeah,
So
I think we talked about 2 things.
I'm all ears.
Great. We talked about 2 things: my competing job offer from my old firm, as well as this other Wharton graduate who's also an MBA, as well as a PhD in biochemistry who just got hired as AVP into the R&D department. So I guess that salary was 150,000, but obviously I do not expect that as I don't have a PhD. So just starting wise. Is there like an offer you could give me for like salary, or maybe salary plus bonus? Like
yeah. So we've already run through the idea that, but I guess I will repeat it just for the sake of the video that we essentially the other Warren graduate already. So I actually had nothing to do with that deal. So first of all, it wasn't me. So I'm only trying to address the deal between the both of us. In this specific situation, and also he had applied, or the other graduate had applied for R&D position. R&D positions are generally more specialized and more technical, so as a base salary, it's a little higher. But then again, we don't have to, it doesn't have to be 120,000. I'm aware that you have competition, or that we have an alternative, not competition, and we'll be able to negotiate a reasonable price. So we can do. I want you to first give me I want you to present me with what you see as a good salary, and then we can talk about.
Okay, yeah, sure. So obviously I told you I don't expect 150,000 because I don't have a PhD. And I'm also not in the R&D department. But I guess my character, or I feel that because essentially with when we were in Wharton, myself and this other grad, I feel like I'm no worse than them in terms of business and being able to be a VP.
Oh.
So that's why, in terms of fairness, that's why I brought up this person, because when we were in class together, I felt that we were similar in terms of maybe this is ego, but maybe this is also
no,
fairness.
That's understandable.
So maybe something close to them, you could discount it at maybe 140,000 because I don't have the biochemistry degree. But I do have advanced experience in marketing from my old job as product manager, selling consumer goods like the razor blades.
No, yes. So I'll present to you 2 other pieces of information that I've been given. So I actually I'm willing to stretch upwards, right? However, I want to have as much cohesion within the department as possible, and if we push your salary above the figure of 130,000.
Okay.
Because now listen to the verdict here. If you push it above 130,000, we're going to start having problems within the department because there are the other employees. There are 2 other employees that have salaries just a bit above 130,000. They're below 140,000, but they're above 130,000, but not by a lot. So we're talking. I can give you. Just so that I understand, and it's not I don't want to address any signs of personality. I know that you're qualified. I know that you are a Wharton graduate. It's very well respected. It's just that the big issue here, and you do have experience as well. So I'm pushing. I'm willing to push it above 130,000 for you. However, I'm not. I can't overlap with the other members of the department because it's going to start causing a little tension.
Right.
So I can make you an offer of I can give you an offer of 131,000.
Okay, for salary. Right?
Yes, because then if we went any much above that, we're going to start we're gonna start having a couple problems
with the other employees.
With the other employees.
No, I don't want that either, because one of my main concerns is not only like obviously our terms, but also that I want like a future in this company.
Right.
So like obviously I don't want to like cause trouble. Cool. So okay. What about bonus? That was the second point you mentioned, right?
Okay. Yeah. So the bonus, the bonus is, it's I want to use that money for relocation, repayment of school loans, et cetera, et cetera. I actually want to address the bonus at the end of our negotiation.
Okay, yeah, we
so
can do
that
that.
after we run through
Sure.
the 4 points, like the bonus will be the last.
And to be clear, is this signing bonus or is this like normal bonus?
No, this is our signing bonus.
Okay.
So we're not talking about
normal.
Yeah, we'll hit the bonus next.
Okay, cool.
All right. Okay. So.
That's that.
So how about this? So you're telling okay. So now how about we talk about benefits, because I want to move bonus all the way. I want to move
Sure.
bonus to the bonus. We can talk about that later.
Sure,
Okay.
go ahead.
So benefits. So we have, because of your new hire,
Mhm.
and because I see that you've had experience in other settings and within the same realm of marketing and consumer products. I respect that. However, I wanna offer you. I cannot give you more than
Okay.
10% of salary. Okay.
Is this for
Because-
like retirement and stuff?
No, these are. Well, we need to give. This is. No, this is for. This is just a bonus. I don't see anything about retirement over here.
Wait, is this bonus? Like, so you mean like how normal people are paid, like salary plus bonus?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
that's exactly what I'm talking
Okay,
about.
because I'm like, you could be talking on that, or you could be talking on like retirement and healthcare and whatever.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're not talking about healthcare.
No, we're not talking about healthcare.
Okay, cool.
We're just talking about salary bonus. Okay.
Okay, got
So,
it.
right now, look. So right now, just because I've already pushed, I've pushed her salary past my limit. Okay.
Right.
So my limit was 130,000.
Right.
And I gave you a little stretch because of the conditions that you gave me.
Right.
Therefore, as if you look at this as a balance, right? In order to even out on the cost of the company, right?
Yeah.
I need to give you a little less bonus. Now I'm looking at say, just because you're getting paid really well already for a start out in this job, I'm giving you a 5% salary. That's I need
Or
because
bonus.
5% bonus. I'm sorry
Yeah.
for salary, because that's I already gave you the 1,000 raise above my limit, so I can only give you 5% just so we can even that out for the cost of the company. Now, if you have any information that you want to counter that with, this is for me, this is very important, because in terms of how much that I'm trying to keep the salary within limits of what the company can spend and how I feel would be most appropriate. So, I'm looking at a 5% of salary, so 131,000 with 5% of salary. Okay.
Okay, so just to be clear on our definitions.
Yes.
This is like benefits, right? The term is called benefits.
Yes, it's benefits.
Okay.
Not bonus. Yeah, it's benefits.
Just because there's different terms on my sheet, so I want to make sure we're.
No, this is 5% benefits.
Benefits. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
All right.
It's just because I was given a lower limit, right, and that was 120,000, right, and I gave you an upper limit, which was 130,000. I was willing to push it 1,000 more.
Right.
So I'm looking at the benefits. That's why I want to be able to to keep this within the limits of our hiring.
No, I totally understand, right? Like
yes.
you can like adjust based on either way.
Right. That's right. So, we can adjust either way, right?
So for me, actually, I'm totally benefits for some reason like aren't that important to me.
Okay.
But what's really important to me are vacation and location.
Okay.
So can we talk about that?
We can definitely talk about that. Yes.
I'm flexible on benefits, but for vacation, it says that like I really would like to have 3 weeks or more, because I know that 2 weeks is standard on most issues. That's what the marketing department told me. but it says I simply must have 3 weeks because I'm like a really creative person and the vacation issue is of utmost importance to me.
Okay. So you want to talk about vacation before location then? So we could
Yeah,
discuss
why don't
location
we
at the end?
do
Okay,
vacation
that's
and then
That's fine.
location because just these are more important to me.
Look, so it turns out the vacation matters very little to me as well.
Oh, great.
Look, so essentially you're looking for an assistant VP, right? You're not a VP yet, right?
No.
So given the nature of marketing itself, I'd be able to understand your offer, and I'm able to respect your offer as well. So essentially, just to explain the process, I know that you've been through it before, but when the product launches successfully, I'm able to give able to give VPs and VP assistants time to do research, 2 official weeks of research, and then 2 unofficial weeks of vacation.
Okay, great.
Provided that the launch does well.
Okay.
Okay, so how about we start out with, because essentially it is a fact within the company that everyone below VP officially gets 2 weeks of vacation. 2 weeks of vacation.
That's what they told me.
But VPs get 3 weeks. So I can give you 2 official weeks of vacation and 1 unofficial week of vacation. But that's given that the Razor launch goes well, because that's what you're being hired for, to help us boost, through boost business through this upcoming Razor launch.
Totally get it.
And we know that you're a valuable asset, so I'm willing to make that flexible offer for you for 2 official weeks, and then 1 unofficial week.
Cool. So
Because you're still not a VP, so between us, it's going to be 2 official weeks of vacation.
Okay, totally understand. Is there any way we can make it like, let me think. So it basically says like I absolutely need 3 weeks. Like that's not like that's my requirement, and I would really like to get 4. So is there any way we could just do like 3 weeks of, official vacation and then 1 if the Razor launch does well? Is there any way that would be possible? As part of human courtesy, I'd love to do that for you. But then again, you haven't gotten much experience to become a VP yet. Makes sense.
So I give VPs 3 official weeks of vacation. I give people below 2 official weeks. That's why I was even being flexible by giving you 1 official week, 1 unofficial week of vacation. So 2 official weeks. Could we
do 2 official weeks and then 2 unofficial weeks, provided that the launch does well?
Provided the launch does well.
Because if the launch does well, then
but if
I can also do some research while I'm on my vacation as well.
Okay, but so that's provided that the launch does well. So provided that the launch doesn't do well, how would we deal with this?
So if the launch doesn't do well, I think I would need the 2 weeks, right, the standard. But if the launch does do well, I would like to get rewarded for it.
Okay, and I was willing to reward you with 3 weeks.
Yeah. So can we just push it to 4? Does that work?
Okay. Well, if we do, then there's just so much I can there's so much I can do. There's just so much flexibility I can give.
Great.
So, provided that the launch does well.
Okay.
How about provided that the launch does well? I feel that if I do give you more vacation, I feel that it's a very important thing for the well-being of the individual, et cetera. I'm gonna have to. I don't want to be a hard ass here, but we're gonna have to. It's all, like I said, it's all a balance. So we're gonna have to take something away.
Okay. Well, I'm willing to be flexible on benefits. I mean, the other place is offering me 10%, but I can take 5%. Okay.
Okay, so benefits you're willing to take a little less for more vacation?
Yeah, that's
okay. Fine. In terms of the bonus. In terms of the bonus, because this might also affect the bonus the more weeks of vacation you get. So that's why I don't want to. That's why it's all balanced.
Yeah, sure.
Right?
Why don't we leave that? Why don't we leave that sort of
we can
could
say
be either or, and then why don't we talk about it?
We can deal with it with the bonus.
Okay, makes sense. Then
so
can we go to location?
Location, yes. Yeah. Please.
Okay, so is this offer for New York, Philadelphia, or San Francisco? I'm not sure about that.
It's for the New York office.
It's for the New York
office.
Yes.
So I'll give you a little information. essentially, location is actually does have some importance in this case.
Okay.
So, the headquarters of the marketing department are in New York City.
Okay.
Okay. So we actually normally would want the assistant VPs to be there.
Okay.
Okay. However, the new Razor product launch team
Mm-hmm.
has set up a special office in Trenton.
Trenton. That's
Trenton, New Jersey. Yes.
Okay.
Which is about
Razor
it's I don't know in terms of
Yeah, I know where
in
Trenton is.
terms of
Yeah.
relocation, we can talk about that with your bonus.
Ooh.
Okay.
Location.
We essentially, ideally, so I'll give you the
Okay.
3 triad.
Sure,
Okay. So
sure.
ideally, we'd want you in Trenton because that's where the Razor launch team is. Okay.
Interesting.
However, if your real office will be in New York, it's hard to say where it eventually might be because there's the risk of relocation. Okay, so if you're not in Trenton, there's a higher risk of relocation.
What do you mean?
So they're launching a new, so there's going to be a greater possibility that you're going to have to move down to Trenton. Is basically what I'm saying. Even if you start out in New York, so there's a higher risk of
I see.
relocation. However, we have you mentioned San Francisco. There has been some talk of moving an assistant VP, but I can't make any promises. So the most stable the most stable office would probably be in Trenton, then New York City, then San Francisco is something that's very vague and cloudy. I don't want to go down there. So I'm going to give you either New York or Trenton. Trenton would be ideal because for you wouldn't have to, we cover your relocation costs, okay? But if you go to New York City, it'd be the best thing for us. It'd be the best thing for you to go to Trenton, but we can make it work in New York City as well, right?
Okay,
So
interesting.
So let me know what you think.
Cool.
Philadelphia
So-
would be too difficult because
Okay.
we don't actually have, as far as my information
You don't have
sees
an
here, we don't have an office in Philadelphia.
Okay.
We do have headquarters in New York City, so that would be, we can make that work. However, like I said, there's risks of relocation. Okay, so
Makes sense.
let me know what you think about this.
So, actually, interestingly enough, Trenton is not really here. Like,
Okay.
I'm assuming like I can't go there because I
Okay.
didn't even think of going there. But good news is that Trenton is actually, I know Trenton's really close to New York.
Yes, it is.
So I think if you take NJ Transit, it's only like, I want to say like 40 minutes commute by NJ Transit. So like it's not like totally that bad for me to like travel between
Okay.
the places. So for me, I really like San Francisco, but you told me that that's not really.
I mean,
option, right?
it says right here that there's some talk, whatever that's supposed to.
Cool.
I mean, we've been talking about it within the department, but it's something that's within, who knows if it's the near or the far future.
Mhm.
So right now the most stable options are in Trent, like I said, like New York and Trenton. It'd be even more difficult to say, for example, like you're opening something in Virginia or North Carolina or something like that, but it's closer, right? We're talking about New Jersey and New York, so it's like you said, it's like 40 minutes away. It's not even an hour, not even
So I guess
So
given our options, okay, Philly is out.
Philly's out.
San Francisco
very,
is pretty
very
much
unlikely.
Maybe we can just settle on New York then, if that makes sense.
We can
And then,
We can settle on New York.
so my main issue here is I
Okay.
own and live in a house in Philadelphia, which is why I mentioned Philly. That will be extremely difficult for me to sell or rent, and I'm really reluctant to move until I can sort out this problem. And this will cause some transportation problems. Maybe the firm could, help me lease out the house, pay my train fares or something to help me, because right now I'm kind of stuck in Philly for a bit.
You're stuck in Philly.
Or I'm gonna have like a lot of like costs, right? Because I'm
Mhm.
gonna like pay the rent for the house here, or actually I own, so I'll be paying property taxes for the house here and maintenance costs, and then I'll have to find someone
Okay.
to live in New York. So
Okay.
if you could like help me fix this problem, I can definitely live in New York, and then occasionally if I need to meet the team, I'll take the train to Trenton, which is like easy enough, right?
Okay, look. So this is where we move. This is where we move
Yeah.
into bonus.
Oh, really?
This is where we move into bonus.
Oh, okay.
Because part of the bonus, right? Because
Mhm.
we want you as our and I have already we've already talked about everything else.
Mhm.
So look, essentially, the idea is that now that you presented me that information, I had no idea. So
Mhm. My house, right?
Right,
Yeah,
your
you
house
would,
information,
yeah, you would know
right?
about it.
So, look, so for you, I don't know what other, you know, I would be able to kind of allocate most of the money within the bonus to get to your relocation reimbursement. Okay, so I'd be able to do most of that for your relocation reimbursement. So, look, Philadelphia is not even on it's not even like there's no information here written on Philadelphia at all.
Right.
I know that Philadelphia is farther away than Trenton is,
Yeah.
for example, from New York. There's a possibility that, of course, you could live in Philadelphia and we'd be able to pay your transit. Because do you know how long? Because I actually off the top of my head.
The problem is it takes 3 hours to drive to New York from Philly, and it takes about, I want to say 2 hours.
By train, right?
Yeah.
An hour and a half by train.
Yeah, about an hour and let's say 45 minutes because you have to get to the train station.
By train both ways.
Yeah, by NJ Transit, and it depends on if you have a car or if you're driving or if you're like.
Yeah, if you're driving,
right? Because if you do the train, you need to take 2 transfers.
You need to take 2 transfers.
So yeah, because I've been to Trenton before. So yeah, like I sometimes take the NJ Transit
Well,
up.
would it be possible?
So if that's like 4 hours like commute every day. It's
So
like
Trenton's close. So that would be to New York City, right?
So if I take the New York, I can take the Excella,
Mhm.
which I think takes an hour and a half. But I really don't want to do 3 hour commute every day. Like that would suck.
Right. It would suck.
So
Is Trenton what about the Trenton?
Trenton's like also the same. Excella's just a fast train. Trenton NJ Transit's a slow train.
Okay. Yeah. Right. So it would be it'd be on average a 2 hour commute, right? In any way, it'd be on average to Trenton or to Trenton or to
Trenton. It would be 3 hours round trip. To New York, it would be like
3 hours round
3
trip.
hours
by
round
Excella, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the company would given that it'd be difficult, I'd propose to you to relocate, but like you said, it'd be difficult to sell, right? It'd be difficult to sell the property, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to relocate. Like, I don't want to do like 3 hours round trip.
Right.
Like that would suck.
So,
but how about is there a way to like? I know most companies will like put you up in temporary housing or something.
That's exactly
like that.
right. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So that'd be a very possible option to put you in temporary housing. In that case, I'd prefer that you'd go to Trenton.
Oh, really?
In that case, I prefer you go to Trenton because if you think about it like this, if we'd be able to cover your relocation costs, it'd be better if we move you to Trenton straight up than you moving up to New York City and having the possibility of relocating all over again. Then to move you to Trenton would be you'd have stable, we'll give you relocation, you'll have temporary housing, and we'll pay for that. And on top of that, you won't have the risk of relocation. Because you don't have to risk going up to New York City and then having, there's a possibility that we have to move down to Trenton because they're opening a new Razor. The Razor product launch team has a special office in Trenton, so that's where most of the work would be going on, even though we're headquartered in New York. And marketing's headquartered in New York City.
Yeah, so I think for me, like Trenton isn't even like on my radar as an option, just because I think I need to stick to like the major cities, which is why like Philly, SF, New York. And I think, like, for my career, I'd rather be in the headquarters. So it would be great if you could just, like, I don't know, put me up in New York. I know New York housing is expensive, and I'm sure your corporation has, like, housing benefits and, like, deals and stuff with, hotels and, like, condos and stuff.
Right.
So, it would be great if you could, like, put me up in New York, maybe. Does that work? And then, try to, like, avoid the relocation issue. Because, like, I'm basically unwilling to go to Trenton.
Okay.
I mean, I'll go to Trenton like for work, like so New York to Trenton is like 40 minutes by NJ.
So you'd be able to,
but,
you'd be able to make that to completely finance those travel costs from New York to Trenton then.
Oh, so
Because what I'm saying is
that would probably be
to,
like a corporate expense, right? But it's not expensive.
Right. What I'm saying is we'd be able to relocate you to New York City.
Okay.
That's not a problem. But like I said, I don't want to push the Trenton issue too much further, given that you've already stressed that it'd be difficult for you to live in Trenton. However, as you know, there is, here it says that your real office will be in New York, but it's hard to say where it eventually might be, right?
Okay, interesting.
Right, that's what I've been saying. There's a risk of relocation.
Do you know how high the risk is, or no?
You know, it's higher. I'd say given that they've already have the new. This is the Razer launch. This is the Razer product, right? That we're trying to get out.
Exactly.
The Razer launch team is in Trenton. They built a special office there.
Cool.
So what I'm saying is most of the business that would be going on would be down there. So, you of course you'd be working. Of course, I don't know. I'm only given that information here, so I wouldn't be able to tell you how high or low, but it's definitely above 50% that you would have to. But you'd at least have to make trips, at least weekly trips to Trenton. I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
I mean, I think I'm okay with it because Trenton is in New Jersey, which is a lot closer to New York. So why don't we just do like a relocation package to New York, and then if I need to, like I can take the train to Trenton to meet with the team sometimes, or you know maybe we can have meetings at headquarters too. I'm sure it goes back and forth.
Okay.
And then long term, I think if there's like potential for downside, there should also be potential for upside.
Right.
Since long term is uncertain. So why don't we say like there's the potential I might be relocated to Trenton, but like try to help me out and like not.
Oh, of course.
And then also on the upside, if there is that opportunity in SF that becomes like realized,
oh, of course.
Can you put me like at basically like the top of the list for that?
Oh yeah, if SF is your top, well.
So why don't we say there can be long term, there can be uncertainty, but it can go up or down.
Oh, of course. No, that's definitely, you know, we can definitely take care of that.
Okay.
So we'll do the relocation package in New York City then. Okay.
Okay.
Then again, right about the Trenton versus the San Francisco downside upside. I can't make any promises, but I can definitely tell you that, you know, we'll do anything necessary in order for you to do what you want basically.
Yeah. So I think why don't we do that?
So
and then
okay, yeah. So
relocation wise, so for New York. So do you guys have like any information on like company housing or like stipends or relocation package, stuff like that?
To be honest with you, we have no. Here it says nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's no.
Here it says nothing, but we can try to find even if we search up on my phone, we can search it up on my phone or computer. It's probably.
Shoot.
We can look at.
Why don't we search it up on your phone?
Yeah. So. Essentially, we can. That's going to be part of your bonus, right?
I think people usually calculate it separately, right? Like usually it's like signing bonus and relocation.
Yeah, it's just because
Like for my job recently, I think they gave me Well, they gave me like $5,000 signing.
Right here it says that 10,000. I mean, well, not 10,000, but it just basically says that there's a signing bonus. There's reimbursement. Basically reimbursement for relocation, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, yeah. Usually companies do it separately.
Okay, yeah, we can.
Mine does that too.
We can do that separately.
Okay, so why don't we do company housing? Just search like temporary company housing for new job hires or something. I think usually they give you a month. That's what my like friends got when they signed full time.
Temporary company housing.
Yeah, like just like how long?
NYC, right?
Yeah. How long do you usually get temporary housing? It's usually a month before you can find your own apartment and sell your old apartment.
So don't be furnished apartments, but temporary housing.
Maybe 3 weeks. Not sure.
Getting started, maybe here.
Yeah. Okay.
You can bet the month or two.
Is inversely.
That's
different. I just want to see how long do companies offer temporary employee housing?
Mm-hmm.
So how long do how long do companies usually offer temporary employee housing?
This is the worst typing thing.
At least it's working.
Offer
temporary housing to new hires.
Oopsies. God, it's so bad. See?
To new hires.
Two
new
hires.
Yeah.
Boom. Alright, let's check it out. Okay, here.
Okay.
This one's probably better, right?
Okay, 75% of companies offer temporary housing according to the...
Alright, let's check it out.
Thank you for the ... please.
I know. No.
Are you serious?
Here it goes.
Okay.
Okay.
blah blah blah.
Keep going. Keep
Learn
going.
a job, think about relocation, a lot of variables, blah blah blah. The art of relocation, okay, blah blah blah.
Keep going. I want to
Ask
know
for
the
help.
month, the number, the amount
Know
of
what to
time.
ask for. A new graduate moving one bedroom rental will probably have the same home
No.
we cover reload package. Understanding corporate said no.
I want time. Months.
Make a case. The anatomy of reload.
Okay.
Just it. It's probably better.
Yeah. Most companies go beyond just moving. Oh yeah, like.
Depending on company package, may
Just
also
like
include
moving
loading, unloading, incident insurance, blah blah blah. Destroyed.
I don't care about
Okay, that's
pianos.
unimportant. What the heck? Oh my god, look how long this thing is. Okay, wait. Other services and perks. Nearly half of relocation, 43%, selling their homes. No.
Loss of sale.
Money relocation taxes types. So,
Oh, that's actually pretty good. Yeah.
Take the form of a lump sum. Reimbursement direct bill, third party relocations, and implies lump sums when the company gives you a set amount of money spent however you want. In order to get you all your stuff to the new city, reimbursement where the company agrees to pay you back for some all moving related expenses. That's what's covered by the signing bonus already. Whatever. So,
Reimbursement. Keep going. Wow, this is. Should I just search it online? I think we've already passed the 30-minute deadline.
I think we have to.
So
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
definitely
gonna
have. We're 100%
search
have.
it.